Thank you for choosing Linus. We strongly recommend you have your bicycle assembled by a professional mechanic. If you prefer to do it yourself, always have a mechanic inspect your bike before riding. Should you have any questions about the assembly process, please contact Linus Customer Service. We're happy to walk you through it. Now, welcome to the Pronto 8 assembly video. Carefully remove the box staples with a screwdriver. Do your best to preserve the box. Though unlikely, you may need it for return shipping or a warranty claim. Inside you will find a smaller inner box and some loose parts. Before starting assembly, check the contents of the inner box. You'll find assembly instructions. Pedals, a front reflector, a rear reflector, and in some cases touch-up paint. You'll also find a toolbox with a 15mm box wrench, grease and applicator, and 6, 5, and 4mm hex wrench. Clip the zip ties to remove the packaging. Pay attention to avoid contact with the frame, or you could scratch the paint. If you are assembling your bike on a hard surface, we recommend not removing the plastic fork protector until you are ready to insert the wheel. Remove the faceplate. Place the handlebar into the stem. Reattach the faceplate and tighten the bolts. The space between the plate and the handlebar should be equal on the top and bottom bolt. There is a right pedal and a left pedal. You must insert the correct pedal into the correct crank arm. Failing to do so will cause permanent damage to the crank arm. Identify pedals as either the right or left side, by an R or an L, stamped at the end of the spindle. Apply grease to the thread. Insert the pedal marked right, into the right side crank arm. Seat the pedal into the crank threads by rotating the spindle clockwise. And then with the open end of 15mm wrench, tighten with enough force that the wrench leaves an impression on your hand. For the left pedal, rotate the spindle counterclockwise. So the wheel is centered between the fork blades. Pay special attention that both sides of the axle are resting firmly against the fork end and that the wheel is centered between the fork and the black acorn nut, and close the quick release lever. If the lever is too difficult to close, then loosen the acorn nut 1/4 turn, and try again. It should require your maximum effort to close the lever. To adjust the brakes. The brake quick release must be in the closed position. Rotate barrel adjuster counterclockwise. 2 full turns. Loosen the cable nut. With your hand, squeeze the brake pads against the rim. Pull the brake cable tight. Then lock down cable nut. Center both brake pads on the rim. Check that the pads do not make contact with the tire. Finally, to align the calipers, squeeze the brake lever, while securely tightening the brake bolt. Apply grease to the bottom third of the seat post. Always insert the seat post past the minimum insertion line. Set the seat height to just below your hip. And securely tighten the bolt. With a 6mm Allen wrench, loosen the clamp bolt on the stem, rotate the handlebar to your desired position, and retighten the bolt. Standing over the front wheel, visually align the stem so it is centered with the tire. Now, firmly lock down the stem bolt. The recommended tire pressure is indicated on the side of the tire wall. Remove the valve cap. If your tire is a Presta valve, loosen the small valve nut before attaching the pump. Be sure to retighten valve nut after inflating. Use the provided cable guides to route the brake and gear cables. Apply rotational force to the saddle. It should not rotate independently of the frame. Squeeze the brake levers and apply forward force to the handlebars. The wheel should not rotate, and there should not be any play in the handlebar stem. Secure the front wheel with your legs, and attempt to rotate the handlebar. The handlebar should not rotate independently of the front wheel. Double check that the quick release lever is fully tightened. Make sure both wheels spin freely. Finally, lift the bike about 12 inches of the ground. Let it drop to ensure there are no loose parts.